To say I'm excited to be here at Laguna Seca is an understatement. This is Rennsport, the 6th edition. Typically, Rennsport is a get-together of everything Porsche every 4 years. They brought it forward 1 year because of that car. That is the very first Porsche 356 that was made in 1948. So 1948 from today is 70 years. So it's the 70th anniversary of Porsche. This place is sensory overload if you're a Porsche fan. So let's have a look around and soak it all in. It's awesome. One of the coolest things is walking through the paddock, getting to see all the cars being prepped to go out on the track. And I'm going to take you to one now that is unbelievable. So the 959 was the supercar of the 1980s. There's only 292 cars ever made. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them, 10 of them here today. Let's have a look around. You never know who you're going to see. This is John Oates from the group Hall & Oates driving a tractor, a Porsche tractor, and it's pink. How is it, John? Now, typically when you come to an event, you don't want to hang out in the parking lot, but this is one that you do. What they do is if you have a Porsche, you park here based on the car or the era of your vehicle, and it goes on forever. So we're starting in Boxster and Cayman. Let's have a look around. This is cool. Porsche, of course, is the main sponsor here, and they have a big announcement. They're going to unveil some cars. So let's head over. There's something going on here. So let's head over and see what they have to unveil. Look at this. Never gets old, I'm telling you.
Here it is, the new Porsche Speedster concept. How do you like it, Mark? Sexy.
There were two unveilings, and the first one was the 911 Speedster, a two-seater based on the 991 chassis, complete with a crop windshield, carbon fiber rear engine cover, 21-inch wheels, but the best part is the body is based on the wider C4S, and powering this car is the engine from the GT3. 500 horsepower with a 9,000 RPM redline and only offered with a manual gearbox. The Speedster will go into production in the middle of 2019, and only 1,948 or 1948 units will be available, a tip of the hat to the first Porsche made in 1948. Only available in two colors, the one you see here, and also red with a black interior. The second unveiling was top secret. A very limited edition 935 Club Sport car inspired by the famous Moby Dick 935 made famous in the 1980s. This car is not homologated for any race classification. It is designed to be the ultimate collector's car, able to be taken to a private track and driven hard. This car is so special, only 77 will be made based on the GT2 Rs platform, with additional bodywork and aerodynamics adding to the true high-performance driving attitude. It's a collectible that will be highly sought after. Only 77 made, with 700 horsepower, and the price tag will be just over 700,000 euros. Probably the most famous corner in all of motorsport here in North America is the corkscrew. Turn number 8 at Laguna Seca. Let's go up here and have a look, see what we can see. They're going to have some of the trophy cars that have won major trophies coming up in the next practice session. Should be cool. Gotta hike up this mountain though. Probably the best way to describe the Rennsport Reunion is all of the famous Porsche cars you've ever seen in a book or a magazine or online. The real car was actually there. And for me, it really was driven home when I saw this car rolling towards me. The Porsche 917 from Penske Racing, driven in the Can-Am series and debuting at Canada's Mosport, driven by Mark Donohue. Check this out. 5.4-liter twin-turbo 12-cylinder, capable of making 1,150 horsepower and going to 100 miles an hour in just 2.9 seconds. I have a model of this car my father gave me way back then, and it sits on my desk today, and to see the real car in person was breathtaking. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this tour along at the Rennsport Reunion here at Laguna Seca. I got to tell you, if you are a Porsche fan, you owe it to yourself to get down here and have a look and see the most amazing cars. I just, I look at some of these cars and I'm like, is that really like the very first Porsche ever made? And apparently, I joke. I said, is that like the Stanley Cup, the one they take on tour that isn't the Stanley Cup? And they leave the real one in the Hockey Hall of Fame? And they said, no, they actually bring the real thing. So I hope you enjoyed that. Everything Porsche, very, very cool. Look at that, just look at that.